question. Do you know if we're in fact live?
The live button is glowing red, meaning we are. Yep.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Johnny Midnight.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I've been doing pretty good. I had a nightmare last night, but other than that, I can't
Uh,
complain. It's hot and
yeah.
sweaty here, though, but I'm all right.
Yeah, I hear El Nino has been really jacking up a lot of people's weather.
Yeah, we have like two of them every year, it seems like. I remember when I was a little kid, there'd be one maybe every 5 years. And
Yeah.
now there's like two of them a year. And no, I'm not going to like go on about global warming or climate change, but something fucked up is happening.
Yeah.
Um, and that means up here where I live, we're going to have like Siberian winter then. Again,
If,
-30 actual, negative God knows what wind chill. But
how do you
uh,
tolerate that?
I guess because I have like Irish blood and we don't really care about shitty weather in winter.
Yeah.
And you're all like part native, so you have ancestry that's used to hotter climates, Pueblo villages, palm trees, pina coladas.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
we don't get that shit. So,
No. Yeah, I couldn't tolerate living up that far north. By the
mm-mm.
way, hello, Sam Fisher. Good to see you.
Hey Sam, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you here.
Well, Johnny, you gave me some homework a couple
I
weeks
did.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I told you to watch the film Nightcrawler, the 2014 neo noir film starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted you to watch it was about sociopathy.
Mm,
This movie supposedly is a very accurate portrayal of what a sociopath is. And it comes from his point of view. And we try to get it um, as focused and centered on that character as the movie will allow for the plot.
yeah.
He is not a psychopath like in American Psycho, where he has delusions, where the ATM is telling him to feed a cat, or
Right,
he's
right, right.
not really sure if he did it or not, or if it was just some sort of fucked up fantasy that got so realistic that he gets confused. No, the Jake Gyllenhaal character of Lou, what is his name? Lou Bloom. Lou Bloom is very with it. He's very present. He's very aware of his surroundings. And he's also very aware of speaking with others and their reactions. Lou's very empathetic. Lou can read you like a book. Lou is able to read the room and determine what somebody is going to say or react for the most part with
Mm.
success, how he communicates with them. And that to me is the main virtue of this movie is assertive communication.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was like overall on the movie because it was just a piece of his life. There was no backstory.
No,
There was like
no.
nothing really personal about his past in it, right? Or did I miss it?
All you ever got about his past was somebody asked him where he was from, and he mentioned North something something like North
Right.
Roxanne or something, and he gives a inkling as to what the neighborhood is like, and he says, "No, it's not one of the target neighborhoods where the affluent white people live." So he must have grown up kind of rough, but we don't know how rough.
Yeah,
We
we don't
don't
I didn't
know.
know anything.
No, and I
Yeah.
don't either.
Yeah.
We just know from the film that he has a get rich or die trying um, work ethic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does not want a regular job. We're not sure if he's skilled enough to get a regular job. He
Right.
does. He does reveal to a station or a content manager that he did not go to college, and that he learns online.
Yes.
Um, and a lot more and more of us are. This was released in 2014, and here in 2026, it's really a go-to necessity
Oh yeah.
because academia isn't going to tell you all, a fraction of what you're going to get by learning online from
Yeah.
others, from tutorials, from videos, from just how-to websites, things like that. They're a lot more efficient and accurate.
Yeah.
Um, AI is catching up, but it lies a lot. It's inaccurate a lot. Yeah, it'll give you outdated information because it's just not keeping up with, like, say, a certain interface that it's trying to get you through or walk you through.
Yeah.
But either way, um, Lou is talking about how that is his form of education.
Yeah.
And we don't know what hobbies and things he likes, if he even has any.
He waters his plant. That's the only thing I noticed that
Yeah,
he consistently does. Like he kept that plant alive.
yeah, he kept that plant alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he
what was crazy is like in the beginning when he was trying to sell that stuff that he stole to that dude,
mhm.
and he
Okay,
was,
but let's talk about that. The preamble of what Mandy is talking about is at the beginning, he's a petty thief. He's a copper thief. He steals like salvage. He breaks into salvage yards and steals things like manholes and chain link fences and copper wire. The security guard comes up to him and confronts him, and then Lou knocks him out and runs away.
yeah.
So, okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, like my first thought when he was selling it to that business owner, right?
Hmm.
I guess he was the boss of the company and he was really trying to, get a job there. And my first thought was like, I wouldn't fucking hire that thief. And then he let him talk and talk and talk and talk and he just kept saying no and no. And he's like you're a thief. I wouldn't hire a thief. I was like,
Right.
okay. That's the first one. He steals stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has no compunction against from my perspective, committing the mortal sin of thievery. All right,
Yeah.
he will steal others' goods, and I mean, I myself wouldn't do it. I haven't stolen anything in my life, not even a
Yeah.
pack of bubble gum. Lou
Right.
will do that.
Yeah,
Lou
yeah.
later on steals a very expensive racing bike that's like
Yep.
worth $8,000,
Yeah.
um, and that's how he funds his new passion. Sociopaths do tend to go from one hobby to the next and leave the other ones behind.
Mm.
Um, and the reason he winds up getting this new passion is because out of pure dumb luck, he's driving home and he sees a team of what are called stringers, also known as nightcrawlers. Nightcrawlers are independent freelance journalists who film crimes, car accidents, right at the
Horror.
scene of a crime,
Yeah,
horror
horror.
and gore. Yeah,
The more
anything.
shocking, the better, right?
Right, exactly. They get right in there past the police cordons, even before the cops sometimes, and risking their lives to film a shootout or an accident or something like that. Lou runs across that and starts asking the stringer, like, "Hey, like, what do you do? How much does that make?" He wants some money. He's like, "Oh wow, I can make $300, $500 a pop doing this stuff."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I don't have the equipment for it. I saw that this guy had a police scanner, he had a van, and he had
He had a van full of police scanners.
yeah, and computers and
Yeah.
servers and everything." And of course the cameras.
Yeah.
That did not deter Lou though.
Yeah.
Having absolutely nothing, he thought, okay, I'm gonna really have to start salvaging shit to get that, so I can really become a little bit more legitimate.
Yeah.
And that's where he steals the racing bike and tells the and parlays with the pawn shop owner. Look, could I just get $800 in store credit? And he says, can you hook me up with a police scanner and a camera?
Yeah.
And he gets them like a couple of cheapy models to start out with. But it does work out for him. After a few flubs, he does wind up. He is able to sell some of his footage to kind of a second-rate Los Angeles news agency and news channel. They're not doing so good,
Yeah.
but the footage that he is feeding them is exceptionally gory. He's going right into these, decapitation and dismemberment, auto crashes and things like that. And
Yeah, but Johnny, why did he start doing that? It was that conversation he had with that chick. She is the one that mentored him into. See, that's what I
what they're
know.
looking for.
Yeah, she told him exactly what they're looking for and the angle and all this. And
Right.
I mean, she
When he,
she gave him the parameters to work in.
right. Yeah. Okay. And he obeyed them. He obeyed
Oh
them to a
yeah.
T. He
Yeah.
obeyed them in spades. He really gave them what they fucking wanted.
Which they
And
loved because that's the agenda that they're pushing, the narrative that they're pushing.
what's the narrative that they're pushing in this?
In this one specifically, it's like crime from poverty.
Affluent white neighborhoods.
Yeah, crime.
We don't want to see like a gangster getting shot lying on the sidewalk. We want to see like a white mother of three getting
Yeah,
into a car wreck or
yeah,
being beat up or something like that.
yeah.
And in a good neighborhood like Beverly
Scare the
Hills.
people. Scare the people of America that have the money.
Yeah, the Karens.
Yeah,
The
scare
ones
the
that
Karens.
really right. If you can scare the Karens, your
Yeah,
ratings are going to go up and they're going to skyrocket.
right.
And that's exactly what happens. Eventually, Lou puts in for an assistant. And the
Yeah,
assistant, the guy that he gets to apply and he interviews at like a Denny's or something.
yeah.
Okay, he's
When
a
he's talking
punk.
about his business,
Yeah,
his,
right.
which
Yeah.
technically he wasn't lying because he was
No.
building a company.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. He gets this like low rent boy, all right? And a rent boy is a guy who turns tricks for money. The guy's a hoe. He's a punk. He's just like total street trash.
and he's
And
homeless.
he's homeless. He's
Yeah,
living in a garage somewhere.
yeah,
And Lou picks him up just because he knows that his expectations and his pay rate is going to be very, very low. He pays him $30 a trip.
yeah.
So that's
thirty
what he
dollars a
starts.
night. Yeah, which $30 a day is better than zero.
Exactly.
So I would assume any homeless person would fucking jump on that.
Yeah. He didn't even ask any questions or negotiate for a salary or anything. At first, Lou wasn't going to pay him at all. He's
Yeah,
like, "Oh no, you're my intern. You're going to grow with the company with
yeah,
me."
yeah,
He's giving him that sociopathic BS so that he can gain for it.
yeah,
And then this guy is also a street person. He's like, "Yo, man, I'm homeless. I got to eat and shit. I can't waste time from hustling. If you're gonna take time out of my night to
yeah,
do nothing for free." So he says, "Okay, I'll give you $30 for starting," and that cinched the deal. He quickly learned what this guy's situation was and what it would take to retain him.
yeah.
And the thing is that at the beginning they had some communication problems
Oh yeah,
because this guy was hired on to navigate.
yeah,
Lou would drive. This guy would say, "Okay, here's how we're going to quickly get to this area so that you could go out and film it
yeah. And I don't think he
before."
understood the word quickly, like how important it is we get there as quick as possible because he was so
Right.
scared. He was like, "Wait, slow down!" Like,
And Lou was like, "No, there is no such word as slow. You're
yeah,
gonna have to hang on."
yeah,
Because what happens is um, they're going to pack up the scene, the ambulances are going to drive away, and they're going to miss all that juicy, juicy gore that gets them paid a lot of money.
yeah, yeah,
And what happens is this is where we find out that he is using his assertive communication style with Rick, the guy he hired on,
Mm-hmm.
to get him to do what he wants, to
Yeah.
influence him, to convince people to do it my way. All
Yeah.
right. His way is the right way for this job. It is quick, it's efficient.
Yeah, for this job, I was thinking about like when I was watching that, how much I hate cities. And if I lived in a city, like what kind of job I would probably do.
What would it be?
I mean, I'd still be a hairstylist, obviously. Everybody in a
Okay.
city has hair. But
Okay.
I was thinking of just all the opportunities that people have out in rural areas and how much
Yeah.
more opportunity there is to be like self-sustaining business people
Hmm.
versus in a city. It's like you can't really produce much in a city. I mean, he's producing content. That's production.
Right.
But
Right.
I mean, his job is not anything I would ever fucking do.
No, no, it wouldn't be. But
Yeah.
very few people would want to do this. I
Yeah.
mean, going 75 miles down Wilshire Boulevard when it's crowded, and trying to get to this wreck as
Yeah.
fast as possible before the other Nightcrawler makes it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
get your good shit. Um, but you bring up also a good point about the city versus the country. Out in rural areas, a small business has more of a chance of remaining relevant for years.
Yeah.
But in the city, a small business, a startup like that, might get 6 months, 8 months, and then like nobody likes you anymore. It got, it's onto the new thing, the other
Mm.
competitor who just started up, and the tiniest little leg up that this new place has will be everything that takes your business away, and then you got to pack up and fold.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about his business. His customer technically is just the news people, right?
Right,
The stations themselves.
right. And their viewership and the ratings that they get,
Yeah.
their viewership is the news station's customer. Ultimately, his product filters down to the people who watch it, the viewers.
Mm.
But because without him, they've got the news station has no content. They have nothing to present.
Right.
That woman is not going to go out in a Ferrari with a camera and
Instant.
try to
Yeah.
find this shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not her job.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah, and I didn't see any like other night crawlers because I had other night crawlers in there. Uh, Sam said homeless are actually surprisingly risk averse. I think that job
Yes.
would specifically be tailored more towards men.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
driving fast, high speed, adrenaline, little competition, see who gets there first. I don't see women being good at that job.
No. No. Well, driving right there. I mean,
Driving,
yeah,
especially high
you're
speed.
fucked. It's
Right?
not going to happen. But yeah,
Right?
Sam's right. I mean, a lot of homeless people are risk averse because there are so many people uh, who are homed that want to hurt the homeless.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why Rick was very, very, he didn't trust this guy. He was like, okay, man, what's the fucking catch?
Yeah,
Okay.
if he didn't trust him.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, Johnny, Contriver's here.
Hey, contriver, how are you doing?
Adrian's here. Mikta Outlaw's here. Riggs is here. Hello, you guys.
Hey,
Good
you
to see
guys.
you. All
But
right.
the thing is, though, that we the way Lou got Rick to work for him and finally negotiate a fee of $30 and to get him and to get Rick better and better with each outing that they had was through assertive communication.
Yeah, but also he was learning the job too as he was trying to train his little trainee.
Right,
So,
but he didn't let Rick know that. He was like, I'm a
yeah.
seasoned professional.
Right. And I don't think his communication was that great as far as training goes. I didn't think he relayed. Like in the beginning, like, hey, we need to get there as fast as possible. We're going to be driving very fucking fast. I'm going to need you. Like, I think he could have explained better up front because he seemed to be just a lot of the times reacting to what he was doing.
Right, which is probably due to Lou's inexperience in the first place.
Yeah.
But eventually, as they keep going on, though, he does have to redirect Rick, and I think he does do it very assertively.
Yeah.
You know, within the first half of the film until things get really crazy about what he wants and what he expects out of him. And he also does let Rick know immediately what the consequences of failure is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's part of the assertion, the assertive communication style. He's very calm, direct, and lets him know where he stands if he doesn't do what he's supposed to.
Yeah.
How does that differ from female management styles that you've been used to?
The ones I'm used to?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm actually used to them.
Okay.
I would say I
get like a lot of
observe them.
Okay. Do you feel that you're getting a lot of mixed messages?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay.
Big time.
Unclear goals.
Yeah.
Unclear consequences.
Very much. So if you just look at it in the authoritarian, authoritative, and passive lens, just that little scale, because you know how passive. I always think to parenting styles because that's when I first came across this content. Like passive parenting has certain effects, right? Because if you're not going to be an actual leader, authoritative is more neutral and more healthy. And then there's the authoritarian where it's like, do as I say, not as I do. Rules always change. There's never an explanation. There's no room for like even conversation about anything. It's like I see a lot of women-led environments, and it's so weird. It like oscillates between authoritarian and kind of passive. Okay, it's like it goes around the other way.
Instead of passive aggressive, it's passive authoritarian.
It is authoritarian is aggressive though. So yeah, passive aggressive.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Combination of both, sometimes more passive, sometimes more aggressive. It's weird.
So it's like my way or the highway, but I don't really know where my way is exactly.
My way is whatever I'm feeling right this second, whether it breaks the rules or not.
When you you were totally freelance at your stylist work. Right now.
I'm a solopreneur in that arena.
A solopreneur, okay. But before, you actually did have a team that worked under you when you were an owner-operator. Was that correct?
Yes.
Could you tell me what your management style was with these people? And in comparison to like Lou from Nightcrawler, I mean, like, how did you have to communicate with them? What kind of fuck ups did they do? What kind of good things that they did? What kind of good things did they do that deserved a reward or anything like that? Slap on the hand, pat on the back. Can you remember what it was like being the shepherd to lost sheep?
the shepherd, the main technician, the payer of all things, including people.
So you're the shepherd, the farmer, everything.
Yeah. Okay. No, it sucked. I hated it. Because you know what? Something I noticed in that I see today as being more of a society problem is people want to be taken care of and they don't really want to do much for themselves. So although I was really a good technician, and then I opened the salon because other people wanted to join me, they also wanted me to take care of them. They didn't have the same drive that I did.
Kind of like how Rick wanted Lou to take care of him at the beginning.
Yes.
Because remember how he acted very whiny and baby-like?
Yes.
And Lou had to try to redirect him from being that way into becoming more assertive. being
I'm
more
more,
assertive and being more of less of a liability, more of a an asset to his business.
yeah.
Can you recall any kind of like some of the more troublesome employees you had under you at that time, and what you had to do for with them?
I would fire people.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Like if
like
you got caught stealing,
okay, oh,
which
well,
some
fuck yeah,
people did, you were
uh-huh,
done. Sorry.
okay,
If you lied to me, you were done.
okay, yeah, right,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like messing stuff up that I had to fix, that was tolerable.
okay.
Because,
How did you like retrain this person to stop from messing up like a hair dye or something like that?
right. So when I worked in a salon before I did this,
Uh-huh.
I would have to fix other people's stuff. Once I had my own salon and they messed it up, I would
Uh-huh.
have them come back in and walk them through the fixing of it. And I thought
Okay.
that was a better learning experience to get some hands on practical experience in correcting something you messed up.
Okay, great.
Instead of just wash the hands of it and like, no,
Hmm.
you got to fix this.
Right. And then or you being like, get out of the way, let me do it. You're actually like, stay right here. I'm gonna show you how to do it properly.
Yeah, because before I had to fix everybody's mess ups.
That was your job. You were
That
Q and
was
A
part of my job
basically.
at the
Okay.
level of stylist I was at. Yeah.
Okay.
And I never thought that that was a good idea because I was like, yeah, I understand on as a business model, you have one of your best stylists fix because then you have a higher chance of retention,
Hmm.
lower chance of a negative online review. I mean, I
Hmm.
got so many clients that way. But at the same time, when I would go back then, because once I was done, I would then go to the stylist who fucked it up in the first place. And I'd be like, hey, this, that, explaining to them what went wrong with their thing. Because I could tell like what they were trying to do.
Hmm.
And every time I did that, it was never, especially with one dude
Hmm.
that management never wanted to correct or anything because he was a gay man.
Okay. So one of the what? Okay, so one of the stylists was gay, and they had to
Yes.
walk on eggshells
They had to walk on
because
eggshells.
my name
Yeah.
is Stefan. I don't make mistakes.
You would not believe how many times I was told, okay, so you got to be nicer to him. He said that you were being mean. I was like, I wasn't being mean. I was literally taking time out of my day to explain how he fucked up the thing that I fixed. Like, so no,
Okay.
when I did mine, I had the stylist who messed it up fix it themselves. We went all over it from the beginning. We did a consultation, looked at what went wrong, talked about what needed to happen, watched
And you
them
did
as
you
they did it, and they felt better at the end about it. And then the
okay.
stylist trusted them again.
Uh-huh. And so they retained a customer.
They
The
retained their
stylist
customer.
the stylist got better at a skill.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I understand that it's a big burden on your shoulders to be assigned to do that, but it's not a bad business model to
No, it's not.
galvanize the the employees so that more and more people keep coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, your communication style with them though was really assertive, though, right? It wasn't like get out of the way, faggot. I'm gonna.
No, no.
It's probably what I'd do, but
Because I'm direct, and people have different feelings about how they take me in any kind of situation. But I feel like I'm the same every time. I'm not going to baby an adult.
hmm hmm no, you shouldn't have to because
Yeah,
they're fucking adults. Even though it looks like 30% of Generation Alpha can't read going into high school. They're probably going to be illiterate when they graduate high school as well. And we're really going to have to baby these people
yeah,
because I mean they're going to have to, I guess, communicate the visual word for and visual instructions through pictograms or audio. They're not going to be able to read.
yeah. Well, and
How are they? I mean, it's going to be really hard for them to learn in
yeah,
the first place.
yeah. If they can't read, bringing that up reminded me that I guess I knew there was an issue with society a long time ago because I got out of that. I mean, if you take six stylists and only one was actually receptive to wanting to be better and not
And
push back and
this was at your shop.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
only one of them actually wanted to improve. One of
Yes.
them wanted to be like Rick and eventually just get you through the streets of LA.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I ended up firing most of them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And they were actually doing egregious shit like stealing from you and lying and things like that.
Stealing, lying, complaining about not stocking the kind of coffee that they liked. I was like, excuse me? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, no. It was most of them that didn't want to self improve. They just wanted everything done for them. So when my last girl, because she actually quit doing hair after she got married and started having kids and stuff, she
Hmm.
quit doing hair. I was like, this will be the perfect time to stop fucking doing this and just go solo. So
So it was just you and one other stylist at the end then.
at the end, yes.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
And the one who got married was the one who actually was receptive to your tutelage or
Yes.
your management. Okay.
Yeah. And what's funny is I did her hair and makeup for her wedding, and then I did her hair for her, even though she was a hairstylist, right?
Right. Right.
I did her hair and makeup for some other special occasions, and she has a big family now.
Oh wow. Cool.
Yeah, I think they're on like baby number 5 by now.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
But no, she
Wow.
was the only one that was actually like receptive and wanted to self improve.
And now and she must have applied that to much of her life because now
Yeah,
it's her life still remains successful
yeah,
as a wife and a homemaker. She's
yeah.
halfway to the number of kids as Shirley Phelps.
Right? Yeah, it was actually exciting to hear about
I have
the
11
latest.
kids because I don't take it up the tailpipe like you do, faggot.
I mean, she was young. She was very responsible. What's funny is,
Yeah,
like, there's a couple hair schools around here,
right.
and I was always really because the amount of money that they pay to go to these hair schools is fucking
Hmm.
ridiculous. They actually pay more than I paid for 2,000 hours at the Salon Professional Academy, like one of the
Okay.
top tier hair schools here
Hmm.
in my local school. And this girl that was like super successful, like did hair school in high school. She didn't pay for all that.
Oh
She
no
got her
shit.
yeah,
Okay.
got her
Okay. They
training and
actually
then
had that offered at her school to where she could
yes.
like learn how to do hair and
Yeah.
get high school credit. That's cool.
Yeah.
We
So
need more trades in high school.
we do.
We really do. It would get
Yeah.
people so prepared for real world stuff rather than like, oh, you're gonna be a fucking rock star. You're gonna
Right?
be you're gonna be showing paintings at the Whitney Biennial, right? And
Go
it's
get a
just not gonna
basket weaving degree.
happen. Right.
Yeah.
Also known as fiber arts. That's basket weaving.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
they call it, fiber
fiber
arts.
arts. Fiber arts, where you weave shit. We're gonna weave a big AIDS quilt for all the fucking faggots with AIDS.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's actually a high school in I think Franklin. Somebody was telling me about that just started offering welding
Yeah,
as a
good. They
trade.
should.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, when I was in high school in the 80s, I mean, it was like we had shop class, there was some automotive, there was printing, like how to print candy bar wrappers and crap like that. Just practical people in the neighborhood stuff. And I don't know if they really offer that anymore because I'm totally out of that loop. But I imagine that everything's online mostly. There might be like an in-house facilitator that you would call a teacher, but
Mm.
they are probably women, have no um real skill with shop or trades or anything like that, except for things like hairdressing. We didn't have hairdressing though. I'm pretty sure. Um, other than like home ec. Here's how you do a $6 haircut. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. By the way, hello, JC. Good morning from Bangkok.
How does assertive communication work for you now in your position right now? You're not the boss anymore, but you do
Do
have some
I
authority.
assertively communicate?
Yeah. Do you?
I don't know. I say what I mean and I mean what I say, Johnny.
Okay. Okay.
um I don't know, when I was watching that guy's Nightcrawler,
Hmm.
um he was really going into depth and explaining structurally why he
Hmm.
was telling dude to do the thing, and I think he used a lot of words that maybe the guy didn't understand.
I know.
Did you get that?
You are mildly retarded. I do know that. No, I
No, no, but
go ahead.
did you get that from like
Oh, you think that that Rick might not have actually like he
yeah.
did not understand Lou's lexicon. Just was like,
Yeah, because he would
yeah,
go into
man, you're
such
using those big
depth.
words. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's
He would
what Rick sounds like.
I mean, he would go on a tangent, and when he's explaining exactly the cause and effect and why and this and
Uh
that and
huh.
why it matters and pulling a, like, I understood what he was saying, but I was trying to think if I was in that guy's seat,
Hmm.
being afraid because we're going really fucking fast. Like, did he even
Okay.
hear half the shit he said?
Okay. You're
Like,
you're you're considering the actual circumstance under
yeah,
which the tutelage is happening. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, any man that's in the chat that's been in the military, you got to hear that like under artillery shells and shit.
yeah,
You actually have to do that kind of you have to soak in that kind of information in a war zone. Um, I don't know if it is. I have been afraid before and under extreme stress, um, where I had to take instruction. Okay, not in the military, of course, but in other things. And I was able to do it. I was able to focus in on it because to me, knowledge meant unfucking it, and unfucking the situation meant safety. And the problem that we were having at the time, the crisis or whatever, would end if I followed this instruction.
mm,
Okay, and I think maybe that was what Rick was experiencing while he
mm.
was hanging on to his car seat because
Right.
yeah, right. um and I think that might be the it being maybe a male, having a male brain
Hmm.
might be more receptive to taking instruction or tutelage in that kind of a situation. Whereas a woman might just start screaming and screaming. She can't hear it because she's just crying for daddy who ain't gonna come.
Yeah,
Daddy's already there trying to tell you how to unfuck the situation, but you're not listening.
yeah.
And I think that is probably one of the differences there. I don't know if Nightcrawler had a female uh, coworker or assistant. He might have used a different style of communication, but
Mm.
he did speak to a female um, who thought he was his superior when he said, "Look, bitch, I don't work for you. I I
Yeah.
I I sell to you. I can
Yeah.
go down the street to KVLA and they'll take it for more.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this because I believe in your station. But now I'm
Right.
losing that belief because of the way you're speaking to me. I'm losing
Right.
faith in you."
Yeah, he was pretty manipulative, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it worked out for him too.
Yeah.
It worked out for their station ultimately
Yeah.
because they got the scoop that no one else could
Yeah.
because he was so fucking nuts.
And she loved it.
She did.
Every minute of it. She
Oh,
made
yeah.
that man into the little monster that he was allowed to be within that station.
Oh,
I mean, he was
yeah.
already a monster, but she groomed him to fit into their realm.
That woman was a monster herself,
Yeah.
you know, in many ways. But in that type of business that is very high speed, very high stakes, I think you have to be. Being
Mm,
a sociopath is good for that job.
yeah. See, okay, so something I was also wondering, remember how he had like like little mini breakdowns where he like threw fits? He broke his mirror
Mirror.
one night
Hmm. Hmm.
because he was like felt like he was failing or something.
Right.
Is that a sociopathy thing? The little tantrum?
Yeah, probably could be. Yeah, I mean, I remember exactly what you're talking about. He's looking at himself, and I think that the facade that he had built of himself as an up and coming successful nightcrawler or businessman. He doesn't want to just be a nightcrawler. He wants to own a fleet of news trucks that
Yeah.
are selling this video footage to all different news organizations throughout the area. That kind of fell off while he was looking at himself in the mirror, and he he felt like he was kind of losing grip on that sort of reality that he was constructing. But remember, a sociopath constructs it rather than it just appearing like a psychopath would, that delusion.
Mm.
Okay, a psychopath is more neuro-organic. Other people will debate me on this,
Wait,
but
neuroorganic, meaning
there's something going on in the person's brain, all right,
okay.
leading them to see something in the mirror that ain't there.
Mm.
What Lou is seeing as a sociopath in the mirror is very possible. And at the end of the film, we find out that he does meet his goal.
Yeah.
Okay. He
Oh, he's
wins the
very goal
goal.
oriented. But
Exactly.
how he goes about reaching them, I wasn't a fan of.
No, there are certain things that you would never do, like stealing and lying. He does both.
And manipulate to get somebody
Manipulate.
killed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lying so he doesn't have to do the killing.
Can't
He
tampering with crime scenes to get a better shot.
well, and after his assistant negotiated him into a
Hmm.
corner,
Hmm.
and yeah, the only
Yeah,
solution was to kill him, but he couldn't have it be on his hands. He manipulated it to take place.
right, exactly, because
Yeah,
that would destroy the ultimate goal of being, getting that business of VPN up, which was video production news.
yeah.
And what happened was though, and I love this part when he gives him a raise. He goes, "Okay, I'll give you a raise. You tell me how much you think you are worth in one night." And Rick goes, um, 75
No,
$75.
he said 100 first, and then he backpedaled.
Yeah, and then he backpedaled, and then he's like, and then yeah, Lou goes 100, really? And he goes, "Oh no, 75." He goes,
Right.
"All right, 75, shake on it." And they
Yeah,
shake
yeah.
on it,
And he's
and
like,
then
I could have got more, couldn't I? He's like,
it,
yes.
he's like, "Yes, you could have. Now we're gonna." But why can't? No, the deal's closed.
It's
You're
yeah.
getting paid. I thought that was fucking great. That
That
is
was
one.
funny. Yeah.
That is an assertive way to close a fucking deal.
Yeah.
And Lou saves money in the end by not, paying this guy. I
Yeah.
mean, every penny counts when you're trying to build a business.
Yeah.
Um, I know it sounds evil, Mandy, but it, it's that type of a job.
Yeah,
Just
it's an
like the
evil
title of
job.
it says. Yeah, it is an evil job, and it
Yeah.
is something
So
that
you got to be evil to do it, I think.
I think so. Yeah, like you were
Yeah. Well,
saying,
do it well.
yeah, to do it well.
If you're
To
producing something that feeds evil, like that's your product.
right, right. Lou Lou Bloom is a vampire,
Mm.
literally.
Yeah.
He is empowered by the blood of others
Yeah. Oh,
at night,
yeah. At
no
night.
less.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you wanted the fangs in there. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we have the fangs on the Nightcrawler in the
But he got it
thumbnail.
happily ever after, didn't he? Because
Yeah,
that was another thing. He gave that lady the list of things he wanted that he didn't
right.
have. He didn't have friends. Like, and that was maybe, is that a sociopathy too? Somebody that just doesn't have any friends? Like, it would have been cool to get some kind of backstory on this guy.
We know that he does not seem to have any friends.
None. Yeah.
He I mean, he has no family to speak of.
Yeah.
We just know that he went to high school in like North Reseda or something like that. That's
Yeah.
all we fucking get. That it was a kind of a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's all we get from it. I mean, he has no friends. He has the hobby of watering a goddamn plant, which might be
Yeah.
his only friend.
Right.
Um, and he's just thinking, at the beginning of the movie, how do I survive and keep this shitty one bedroom apartment? Might
Yeah.
have might have even been a studio. I don't know, but either way, um, that is what the film gives us, and I don't think there's much more that the film can give. That is my suspicion.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much more to tell about this guy.
Yeah. Well, he achieved his goal.
He did achieve his goal, and even though he became somebody as president of VPN with his own, budding fleet of vans and four stringers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is does he have anything else going on internally? I don't know. I suppose that he wants to make his business bigger, better, and remain relevant.
Yeah, he was very adamant about getting all the credit for all the things,
Yeah.
letting everybody know that he did the thing. Like,
Do you feel that that is indicative of narcissism?
see, when I was, because you gave me the homework and then you asked me the list of questions and the things to pay attention to, I was, I was trying to look at the movie through a pathological lens because he kept cycling through various different cluster B stuff.
Okay. Like
Like,
what?
well, because I mean, he had that epic fucking freak out. So that's what, like a borderline thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like a borderline. Oh, my mask is going. Fuck. Right.
Right. But also like the lying, the deceitfulness. That's all the cluster B. So it's hard to like pinpoint which.
Right.
I
I
mean,
mean, I would call him a functionally antisocial personality disorder. And antisocial personality disorder, you're going to see online a lot of people saying, "Oh, that is synonymous with psychopath." No, it isn't. You don't have to be delusional or hallucinate to have antisocial personality disorder.
I mean, I didn't get any delusional or hallucination type
No, he
stuff.
didn't.
I
No.
mean, he would absolutely. I like when he was talking about his business. He was
Hmm.
selling it as more grandiose than it was, but he was
He
selling it
knew that.
as
Right.
the business he wanted. So
Right. Right.
it makes sense from a marketing perspective.
Right. And a lot of salespersons and a lot of marketeers have to um, they have to sell their business 5 years in the future to investors.
Right. Billy said, hold on, the BBP freak out is attached to feeling abandonment and safety. Well, Billy, you saw it too, because I think he watched it, because I told him I
Oh, he
watched
did.
it.
Okay,
I
good,
think
good.
Billy
Thank
watched
God
it,
he's here.
because that scene was specifically after she chewed his ass, like,
Right.
you're not giving me anything. You're not giving me what I'm paying for. Like, I thought that was a bit of abandonment and like future safety for his business.
Right. So he was having the abandonment of the object of his affection. Um,
Billy said
Why?
he's more of a
Why?
psychopath than a
Why?
sociopath. Yeah, why,
Why
Billy?
is he? Why is he more of a psychopath? I'm very interested in that.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I saw all the fucking,
Yeah.
all the negative traits.
Well, yeah, but I
All
mean,
the negative tools in the toolbox.
okay, okay. I mean, for instance, would you want to date somebody like this dude?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No, because he's a liar and a
Oh, he
thief.
said, for fuck's sake, too long for me to argue on. Okay. Okay.
We should send Billy the link because he went to the pub.
Oh no. Oh, here we go.
No. No, but I don't think it's more psychopath.
You don't either?
I think he's all of them. I think he displayed traits of all the things.
Okay. Okay.
That's why, because I'm not even sure what a sociopath is, because I've heard what sociopathy is nurtured,
Well, it's not fully
psychopathy is a
defined
brain
yet.
dysfunction,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
Nobody
there's
knows.
no like cord white paper on it yet, but I mean, they're working on it. They're working on like the 5 traits, the 5 levels, yada yada yada. But I mean, it still isn't considered. Um, it's still not considered diagnosable psychology yet.
And then we have Dr. Peter Salerno, who's talking about all sorts of fun stuff. Did you see
Like
the, huh?
I did. You did pass me some links about it.
Yeah. Hello, Mescaline Dreamer. A lot of women tend to be attracted to narcissistic, psychopathic, and sociopathic men.
Right, they might get into it at first. What the mask that they're presenting, I guess it's just up to the certain woman to read through it.
I don't know. I don't have any in my circle that are attracted to anything like that. So I
Uh-huh.
know a lot of crazy bitches. And if we're going by demographics and statistics, if
Mm-hmm.
the majority of women are crazy bitches, then maybe a lot of them are going to be attracted to those kind of
Yeah,
people.
that's true. That's
Are
very
they
much
the same
true.
ones that write the people, the guys that are in prison?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The hybristophiliacs.
That's what they're
They're
called?
hybristophilia is the attraction to violence or people who do violence. They themselves do not do the violence, but they are attracted as a spectator to violence.
So would
We're
he
trying,
fall in that category?
yeah, in some
Or
ways.
Nightcrawler?
I mean, yeah, I mean, he so happens to be fell into a position where he's earning a living on violence.
Yeah.
And yeah, even before he fell into that position, he's not afraid to mug you for your watch.
Right.
Because remember that's the thing, and you know that right from the first scene
Yeah.
where he goes to the watch and he's like, "Oh wow, that's a neat watch. I have one like that. Can I take a closer look?" And he's like, "Fuck you, buddy." He's like, "Bam!" and just checks him right in the fucking face and takes his watch so
Yeah.
he can get more money for whatever piddly thing he's trying to keep his life going on. That's before he had this epiphany of being a Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
So, this guy is not against violence. And he even tells one of his fellow, competitors, right now, all I want to do is grab you by both your ears and
Right.
scream in your face, no. But I'm
Yeah.
not going to do that.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. It kind of reminds me of that encounter you recently had
Oh yeah.
where you
Yeah.
laughed in that woman's
With
face.
the fucking racist who's going around telling everybody the woke mob is after me, Johnny.
I,
And
I, I want to hear more about that. Could you tell me about that encounter where you had to laugh in that bitch's face?
oh, this
Where
racist
where you had
approached
to be
me.
Lou?
Well, so I went over this experience with Billy in depth because I was having a lot of self doubt because I operate in a narcissistically abusive workplace culture. And
Yes.
it's like lie land and crazy bitchery everywhere. So it kind of affects me personally. Even
And
though I'm trying to get some stuff done and I don't take the bait and I don't get emotionally fucking drawn into this bullshit, I think it still affects me and it's been giving me some self-doubt lately. So when that racist confronted me yet again about, this thing she heard that I said. Now, mind you, we've had many interactions face to face, back and forth, eye contact to eye contact. And she's never once had any issue with anything that I've said to her face.
Okay, good, great. And you
So,
did assertive.
This is something she heard somebody else say that sounded racist. So, second time she came up to me, I thought about all the previous interactions we had. And when she brought up the last time she approached me about it, I fucking laughed in her face because it was funny. Because I was like, here we go again with the bullshit.
Yeah.
But I was having some doubt afterwards, and I went over it with Billy. And no, I think that was exactly the exact response that was required in that moment. And I shouldn't doubt myself so much because it's ridiculous. These racist manipulators who want to fling the, oh, you're the racist one, need to be fucking laughed at in their face.
They do.
Speaking of, you see this amazing thing that's been going around the internet?
I'll pull it on up. Let's see.
Where is it?
Oh, I think I know what you're going to pull up.
Do you?
I love it. Yeah, I think I know.
Hold on. Oh, I gotta find. No, it says Chrome tab. Sorry, it's pulled it up. I have a couple different. Where's the other one that's not Chrome? Edge. I gotta put it in Chrome.
Dick, but anyway.
I know. I need to figure out a way to change my default, Johnny, because I don't know why when I click on a link.
There will be a pop-up inadvertently about, like, do you want to make this your home browser? Like when you're on Google Chrome or whatever, just click yes, and then it'll override Edge. Or I use Firefox because it's better for ad blockers, so that I can be a pirate. Arr! I love this. Make it big. Let everybody know.
Yeah. See this. The internet's going wild.
I know.
And you know it's funny? I guess I saw a little interview with her, and she was like, never be scared to point at a racist. And she was pissed. Like, don't fucking point at me. And she was like, obviously I'm going to do it because you don't like it now. No, but this needs to happen en masse, I think. Because you know what? I think it's been predominantly the people with these, we'll just say that look like this, the blonde hair chicks in our society that have been kowtowing to this tyrannical bullshit.
Well, because the tyrants single the blonde chicks out as their main competitor, Andy.
Right.
Women that look like her and you are they're the big boss. They're the end game level boss to getting all the things. And once you're defeated, they can have exactly that. That's what I feel that goes on in their mind when they confront you like that.
Yeah.
And what you did, which solved the problem, which also solved Lou's problem with that competitor, was to laugh in their face.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think that's the right thing. Just tell them no. I mean, because what does one do?
That's being assertive. No, I don't want it.
Yeah. No, that's not true, actually. This.
Right.
This. That thing that you heard. I'm waiting for somebody to approach me with a problem based on something they've actually heard me tell them to their face. It's never
Right.
happened ever.
Yeah, you got to just say citation needed from the source.
Yeah.
Citation needed. Citation needed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just it's so funny, like so toxic female culture, man, and relational aggression and just seeing it firsthand. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and you know how cowardly these fucking people are? It's
Well,
so
tell me about that.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Well, because they lie,
Yeah.
or they will promote someone else's lie
Yeah. Yeah.
without doing any kind of homework,
Right.
without looking into anything in that situation. Why? Because of identity politics. You represent to them something that is an obstacle, and they want it taken down immediately, as
Mm.
quickly and easily as possible. And if it does have to do with by promoting someone else's lie, then they'll do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't see that it's actually working. I mean, I've had a few little side effects here and there. And
You're still there.
yeah, I'm still there. They
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are like, I can't believe you haven't quit already. I'm like, what do you mean quit? This is kind of fun. They're like, you're nuts.
Well, see, that's it. Okay, we're gonna go back full circle.
Yeah.
This job is just as hostile as Lou's job, but in a different way and in a more feminine way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Lou was having a lot of fucking fun doing that job,
Yeah.
and you're having a lot of fun doing that. I, on the other hand, would probably have a fucking nervous breakdown. I would
Yeah.
not sleep. I would be insomniac. I would probably go back to drinking.
You would go back to drinking because you know what? The majority of the people in my environment drink. And every
Uh-huh.
time one of these toxically female flare ups happen, the guys are like, fuck, I need a
Yeah,
drink.
yeah, yeah. And I would have to be around all that kind of communication. As a
Yeah.
man, I cannot sort out women's issues, and I cannot communicate with a woman as assertively and directly as I would a man. All right. Remember when I was talking about the problem you're having with one of your male coworkers?
Oh.
You could always just do it the way I would, but okay,
Yeah.
which was
That
just
made
full
me
of all
laugh.
fucking homophobic slurs, including
Right.
AIDS infected, anally infected death sentence.
Yeah.
And but that's how I talk to other men. I'm like, you're a
Yeah.
faggot. You have a well fucked butthole, and I hate you for it. The
Right.
thing is that you can't do that.
Yeah.
All right, you can't do that
No, I can't do
because
it.
you're in an environment that protects people like that,
Yeah.
and I just I I would be very frustrated if I had that kind of communication tool taken out of my toolbox when it comes to
Yeah.
being able to sort out the other men in my fucking
Yeah.
sphere.
Well, sorting out men isn't my job.
No, it isn't. And
Nope,
he's
it's not my
you to
lane.
do that. He's demanding
Oh,
that you do it.
he wants me to, but it's not my job. So that's somebody else's job.
Hmm.
I have my lane, and then tons of other people have that lane. So it's
Okay.
out of my hands.
Right. And leave it on over to them. I guess that is basically how you would have to do it, is just kind of treat them like the brick wall, like a teddy bear, that just can't talk, that's not sentient, that it can't communicate with you, and then you just ignore it. And then what you would have to do is have a man communicate with him in a in a male fashion.
Yep.
Because even
Yep.
though even though my strategy probably would work and shut things down for
Right.
everyone involved, you can't do that.
Yeah. No. That's not in my job description.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Mescaline Dreamer. Yes, it is still sickening. Okay, Johnny, did you watch? I sent you Jordan Peterson's thing from yesterday, or
I
that
did not
he.
get to see a whole lot of that. Okay.
Oh, well, it's just the last 13 minutes were so amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the DEI stuff. It's still alive and well in so many different areas. There's places though that are such closed cultures, and
Hmm.
it's infected them over 3 decades.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you solve the problem if you can't get rid of people? You just can move them around. Like, you can't actually fire any of these people.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you
that's
were
that's
telling me that
always
they
been
are
my
actually
thing.
doing
Fire them. Get them out of the
right.
environment.
Be assertive, and then right, exactly. You let them know that you're fired, and here's why. Now get out.
Yeah,
You can't do that in this culture because
you can't.
they're completely protected. They're not getting fired for committing felonies.
Right.
Felonies.
Yeah.
That's what's bothering me.
Yeah.
And we the people of the United States of America are dependent upon this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
I was thinking about that. How could DEI infect something at our constitutional founding level to that degree?
Well, we gave women the vote, so it can happen.
Johnny, I had a male feminist tell me the other day that I'm not American because I've never voted. And in my mind, America's been
Oh,
around for 250 years, and women only have the right to vote for this much of it. Like, I
hmm
think I'm
hmm
more American than those people.
yeah, you probably. Oh, well, also by heritage you are, because you got like half your family that have been here for thousands of fucking years
Right.
on this soil. So, I mean, I've my family's only been here since 1929.
Mm.
Um, well, here's the funny thing. The irony of it is, this person that told you this aren't were they born here?
Hmm. They were
Oh,
born
they
here.
were.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I had to ask. I didn't know for sure if this guy was.
Super blue team.
Yeah, I know Super Blue. I just also, didn't know if he was Super Brown.
He's
So,
blue and brown. Anti-ice, all the blue things.
oh God,
TDS to the max.
Greta Thunberg, how dare you? Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking gay. Oh man, what? I don't know why people choose that. I don't know why a man would choose that. I get it where a woman would. The promise of all the things, all the cash and prizes. You'll get what you want. You'll get it now. But I don't see why men don't see it as a zero sum game. It would be at the cost of men. The cost of them as a man, identifying as a man, being a man biologically.
Right.
It's a no win game.
Unless
Hmm.
unless something you brought up, unless they're the ones that, like to be the big NBA player playing against a bunch of midgets.
Right. The narcissism comes out. It would
Yeah.
be socialism or communism for thee, but not for me. I get to live here eating, golden fried chicken in the cradle of capitalism, while the rest of you, in a synarchist fashion, have to slave for me because that makes me feel smarter than you, and you get to serve me. I know a lot of people that are proponents of communism and socialism for like the art, writing, and music scenes. The
Mm,
place is polluted with those types of people. But the
mm.
thing is that they somehow think that they're going to be immune to um, the detriment of living in a socialist or communist society. Like,
Right.
it's not going to apply to them. They're going to be, drinking hot Russian tea in the Politburo, in a toasty warm Kremlin while everybody's out there breaking salt rocks and freezing to death. Like,
Yeah.
glad I got in on this early. And that is their narcissism, their sociopathy going into effect. that dream where they get to lord over the masses
Yeah.
by dint of being a useful idiot. Little they know that when communist regimes do take power, they're usually the first ones killed
Yeah.
because the communist ruling party says, "Oh, you revolted against your country and you might revolt against us. You got that revolution bug in your brain. We don't like that."
Yeah. So, but a revolution's a bad thing, Johnny?
No, it's not a bad thing. Just as long as as long as you follow through with the end goal and beyond with your revolution. Even I think it was either Castro or Guevara who said, "So you win your revolution? Now what?" That's a good question. What does
Yeah.
happen after you win your revolution?
Right.
Are you expecting free shit? Are you expecting like roast turkey at every meal? You ain't getting it. You're getting beans and rice. But well, of course, Mescal and Dreamer, all kinds of different revolutions are possible. You know,
Hmm.
and all of them can fail, and some of them are like the American Revolution, where it at least in name on the surface is still successful.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch The Great Awakening?
Not yet.
Oh,
I don't know where I
Johnny.
can find it. We were supposed to watch it.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, let's just watch it. I bought it on Amazon. We can have a little
Okay,
watch party.
okay, yeah, that'd be great. You could do watch parties and stuff on Discord and things like that. Unless you
Oh,
want to
on
watch it.
Discord?
Yeah, Chaos does it all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The Great Awakening.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, okay. I don't know when you want to have a watch party. We're not going on a date, you fucking homos. It's just a watch party. We gotta get like a lot of people in there actually. We could get Billy and Otora and Chaos and all those guys.
Yeah, Mescaline, you want to watch The Great Awakening? I sent it to, or I told my friend about it. She's a retired fish sciences professor, super into church. And I always love talking to her about her faith because she is an academic,
Mm-hmm.
but she's really involved in the church. Long story short, she's a recovering feminist and she feels really
Mm.
guilty. So she spends a lot of time helping out in the church.
As
But
well she should.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
told her about this. I told her about this.
ichthyologists would like Jesus because he brings the fish, you know,
Yeah,
Age of Pisces and all that. I'm
yeah.
sorry, go on.
No, I told her about it, and then she texted me because I did her hair at like 9, and by 1:30 she texted me. She's like, "Oh my god, thank you for recommending that movie. I haven't cried so much in a movie, and
Is it
so
really that good?
it's good, Johnny."
The Great
I mean,
Awakening.
I didn't cry, but she did.
Yeah, well, you don't cry at all. You've never
I know.
cried.
I'm emotionally constipated. I was thinking about that because I felt like I wanted to the other day, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
"Whoa, that's new."
Did you or did you catch yourself before you wreck yourself?
Oh no, I felt a little teary, and I was
I
like,
know.
well, after I was having a little self doubt, and like my personality type gets really
Hmm.
frustrated with incompetence, and I felt super incompetent in that moment in time. And I first
Okay.
had a that's the first time I had a thought like, I don't know if I could do this because
But again, that
it was
parallels to Nightcrawler in the mirror scene. Because what happened was he was faced with being what he considered incompetent by dropping the ball with the poor video footage. And that caused him to emotionally overreact. And for you, getting a little teary eyed is emotional overreaction.
yeah,
So,
maybe.
yeah, you know
But
what I mean?
his was a result, I thought, of her pretty much saying, if you don't do better, I'm fucking done with you. Like a little abandonment anxiety. I think
Yeah, but
I was,
it's also being faced with the self doubt and the fact that he himself may be incompetent. I'm sending
maybe.
her substandard videos. I'm not at the top of
Maybe.
my game now. Is this a permanent thing? Am I like unskilled now? Am I as
Yeah.
bad as Rick? Um,
Right.
and I think that that is something that um, more of what was happening to him. Sure, the mask was slipping and everything like that, but I
Yeah.
think more to I think the thing is that his goals were not going to be met if he were incompetent.
Yeah.
And this is a reminder from an outside force of that he is he is presenting less than product.
Yeah. But his reaction was anger.
Yeah, but he's a man. We get mad when we are told we're
Yeah.
incompetent. I
Is it a
do.
female reaction, like sad?
Yeah, I guess so. You
Maybe.
know, I'd get, and he got mad at himself because obviously he was in looking in the mirror. He's like, "You fucking blew it," rah!" You know what I mean? And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had those fucking moments many times. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
hmm and I find that I don't even find that sociopathic. I find that normal. I mean, now that you bring it up that way,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know, I mean, I've never broken a mirror, but you know what I mean. It
Yeah.
is it we get hard on ourselves. We just I think men and women display it differently through different emotions than each other.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're not like a teary-eyed person by any means, you know.
Well, with a good Hallmark movie, I am.
Hallmark movies are gay. You've never, don't lie to me. You've never watched one in your life.
I remember Hallmark commercials though, and I'm like, that movie looks sad. I'm not gonna watch that.
Really? Wow, I think I know your weakness now,
Yeah,
Miss
sad movie.
Ataraxia. You're afraid of Hallmark movies because you might cry.
Maybe, maybe.
I lost my Christmas goose. Did he say you fucking blew it? That changes things. No, Billy. I think I'm reading into it as that is what he is doing, and I haven't seen it in a few weeks. Okay, but I'm like trying to dredge it up from my memory.
Mm.
Um, and but yeah, I mean that is kind of how he looks at it. You know, you
Cause,
fucking blew your goal. You spoiled the dream.
cause wasn't it when dude missed the turn? Was it that situation where it like dude navigated wrong? They showed up at the place late.
Right,
He couldn't bring back the footage that she really wanted.
right, because
So she
the
pretty
other
much threatened his
Nightcrawlers got it.
future. Yeah, the older
Yeah.
Nightcrawlers got her. She threatened the future of them paying him.
Yeah,
Like there was a lot that happened.
yeah, and then ultimately he resolved the issue by knocking out the competition, literally by
Right.
tampering with Joe's truck.
Okay, so he did that?
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't look into it. He's not that lucky. He's lucky, but not that lucky.
Yeah, see, he caused things to happen that were very bad
Oh
that
yeah,
he could
he
have that plot.
sabotaged two people's physical lives in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Okay, which I mean is something I wouldn't do. I
yeah,
don't think you would do it. Maybe to a few people you would, but no,
yeah.
no, I wouldn't. And yeah, that's how he remedied that situation.
Mm,
But I feel that that mirror scene was him just acting out in anger at himself and realizing I'm going to have to do by any means necessary, including cheating, to rectify this so that I don't feel this way anymore.
yeah. Johnny, is Hallmark a feminist network? Aren't they
I
all?
know that. Well, yeah, aren't they? Yeah, I think
Aren't
they
they all?
are. I think Hallmark, like, originally was a greeting card company, and they made shit like Holly Hobby and Strawberry Shortcake and all that stuff, which are
Yeah.
geared toward women. I mean, like, guys, we don't. we don't really care about greeting cards. I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
do. Like, if your army buddy dies or whatever, but like normally, it's just kind of like throw it behind your shoulder and rip into the present. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember Hallmark commercials though when I was a kid. Back when I used to watch the TV that had the commercials before I could fucking block them out of my life
Yeah, I know,
with
right?
technological advancements. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I think the slogan was "Say it with Hallmark" or some shit like that. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. There's so much I would have done differently than him, Johnny.
Okay. I
Even
think
back to
so
I wouldn't
too.
do that job for one.
Right, but like I said, there is sort of like what you're doing is sort of the female equivalent of that job, in terms
Mm.
of well, there are elements at your job that are hostile. Okay.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, and I have to capture them.
hmm Yeah, you do.
I do.
Do you see the parallels to it now?
Now I'm.
I wanted to get to that. But I wanted to give
Johnny.
you the opportunity to see that, and you did. So
Yeah.
you get an A plus on your homework assignment.
Oh man, it only took weeks to do. Damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Well,
but
I guided you through it.
yeah, yeah. It is kind of the. Hmm. I guess going into the places to capture the exact things that are needed to get the job done. The
Yeah,
job isn't.
you're interviewing, not recording, but you're
Right, right,
recording
right.
via interview rather than camera. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
got it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get it, but I'm looking at the end goal and the end game, and
Yeah. How many trucks do you want at the end?
oh,
Yeah. How big of a team do you want? How many trucks do you want? Like Nightcrawler had at the end. He had he we get to see that he had two trucks, four employees, or maybe it was three. I think it was four. And you're actually, that's how revolutions work. What's the goal after what you've
right,
got going now? You're
right.
promoting, you're matriculating. What
Yeah. Dude, I've been growing a fucking political bone. That sucks, by the way.
what do you mean?
You didn't see Jordan Peterson's. Can we play it?
Yeah, let's
You
like
think? You
fire it
think
up,
he'll?
fire it up.
Okay,
No,
hopefully,
please fire it up. I'm totally fine.
because
Like
it's
you want to play the 13 minute? Yeah,
I
let's do that.
do.
Okay, I want to see it. I'm
Okay,
totally down with it.
okay. Let me. I need to sign into my YouTube. Damn it! I didn't do
Mandy's like, I forgot password.
that. I did it. I just signed into the Discord
No.
when you joined me. Okay, switch account. Add account. I forgot about the feminist recovery
Hey
channel.
Mandy,
Yeah.
I got a little joke for you. Okay, what? Why did the blonde?
Uh-huh.
Why did the blonde get fired from the M&M factory
Why?
for throwing out all the W's?
Oh my gosh. That would be me.
Another W.
Yes. What? Hold on, I gotta figure out. I have too many backup channels, Johnny.
Could somebody in the audience tell me if M&Ms are an American or an English candy, like British
Oh.
candy? I think it's British. Yeah, M&M Mars. It's got to be British.
View channel. How do I tell what my email address is on here? We might have to listen to it with ads, unfortunately.
No, I think I know. I know what your it'll be your Google Mail. Okay, let me go ahead and just Discord it to you. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
My original channel that has my premium
yeah, I
subscription.
guess that would be it. Hold on, let me go ahead and look for it. Okay.
Okay.
Ba-dum, bum, bum. Wait a minute. Hold on one second. Oh my God, you're totally retarded.
I know, I TikToked
Wait,
totally.
hold on. Let me see. Okay, hold on. I got it. I got it. I think this is it. All lower caps.
Okay.
This is the one you and I communicate on.
Well, that one definitely is not it.
That is not it.
Uh-uh.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you, dude.
That's the one I made for this channel. That's not my original YouTube. Okay, it's two-step verification. Does that mean they're letting me do it?
They should have a backup email for you to take a look at where they'll give you a code for the password.
Tap yes. Yes, it's me. Yes. Yeah, when I restarted my computer to name it the Revolutionary, I wiped it.
Oh no.
I wiped everything.
Yeah, all the passwords and shit.
Yeah, did a factory reset. Well, because I had so much stuff on here. Okay, I hit yes. Now what? I don't use passkey. I did. Okay, yes. Yes. Here we go. Yes again. Okay, 65 is the number. All right. This is worth the wait, Johnny, I promise.
Yeah, totally. I'm down with it.
No, I don't want to create a passkey. Just let me in. Here we go. I hope Jordan doesn't get mad that I play this, but it's damn important. And I would like everybody that watches this channel, even all the people that are currently investigating me, and all the hate watchers.
You never, yeah, but you never get taken down when you play another stream.
So this is from his. He has been releasing something like once a week from his book tour, right?
Okay.
Before he got sick and kind of went back underground. But this one spoke to me so hardcore because I feel like
everybody.
It's
welcome to the release of the second.
It's exactly what we're dealing with on a societal level.
Okay.
And a little bit of the end.
And who's he speaking to anyway?
An audience. His wife Tammy's there reading
that's her. All right.
Stuff. Yeah. Okay. See, this is why, like, I say that Reverend on that movie, The Great Awakening, that's this guy.
Okay.
So he's reincarnated into him, I believe.
All right.
Suspended the rules that govern the cosmic order for their convenience, they would be transformed in a moment. And I would say there's miracles unfolding in front of you every second. And if you can't see them, it's not because they're not there, it's because you're blind. And so don't waste time. Talk, right? And you'll be judged, not least by yourself, for every moment you waste.
John Deere is headquarters here, and its executive team has become laser focused on DEI and wokeness. How do the employees fight back?
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story first and about what will happen to you if you don't fight back. Because you need to be afraid of the right thing. people have complimented me fairly frequently on my bravery, and that doesn't sit well with me because I'm not brave. I'm afraid of different things than most people, I would say. You need to know what to be afraid of. If you know what to be afraid of, you'll be courageous. If you know what to be properly afraid of, you'll be courageous. So Jonah, the story of Jonah. Jonah is this, I don't know, he's just some middle-aged guy wandering around a few thousand years ago. We don't know anything about him until God shows up one day and says, I got something for you to do. You got to go, there's a city north of here, and you don't like the people that live there. They're actually your hereditary enemies, but it doesn't matter. I'm kind of annoyed at them. I'm thinking about wiping them out. And so I'd like you to go there and just remind them that I wandered off the beaten path, and maybe then they'll straighten out and I won't have to go all Sodom and Gomorrah on them. And this is a city of about 100,000 people. It's Nineveh. And Jonah thinks, yeah, I don't think so. I don't like these people. They deserve what's coming to them. There's 100,000 of them. There's one of me. I don't like those odds. Why would they listen to me anyways? Because I'm part of a tribe they regard as an enemy, and like up yours. And so he thinks, I'm out of here. And so Jonah decides to ignore God, to ignore the voice of his own conscience, because it's well established in the biblical corpus by this time that one manifestation of God is the still, small voice, conscience.
That's right.
So it's Jonah's conscience that comes calling and says, you got something to say there, buddy. And Jonah thinks, not me. And so off he goes, and he takes a boat, and he's going to get as far away from Nineveh as he can possibly manage, right? He's going to go hide. And the waves rise and the wind blows and the ship is threatened and the sailors are all shorting out, and they think someone on this boat is not right with one of their gods. And so they go around to everyone on the ship and they find Jonah, and he's asleep because people who are doing this are asleep. And they wake him up and they say, we're trying to find out who has not been attending to the dictates of their God because this storm ain't good. And, we'd like to do something about it. And Jonah says, yeah, that's probably me. And they say, well, what God do you worship? And Jonah says, well, he's the God. He's not some God of the kitchen table or God of the local bar. He's like the God that created everything. And the sailors go, you disobeyed a direct order from your God, and your God is the God who created everything. Said, that's not a good idea. And that's not a good idea. And they feel they have to throw him overboard, but they're good guys. And so they try to get to shore so they can just get rid of him. They try not to throw him overboard, but God he's not having none of that. And the waves get higher, and the ship's going to founder. And Jonah finally says, it's me, just throw me over. We're all going to die anyway, just throw me over. So they throw him over. And you think, well, that's pretty bad. So what's the moral of the story? Disobey a direct order from God and drown, die. But that's nothing. That's nothing, because there are lots of things worse than death. And disobeying a direct order from God, death is just where the fun starts. So what happens to Jonah? A creature comes up from the abyss itself, right? A whale, and takes him in his jaws and pulls him all the way down to the bottom of things, right? 3 days in hell, right? That's worse than death. If you don't know there are worse things than death, you're a very fortunate or a very blind person. And so Jonah's now in the grip of hell itself because he failed to say what he was called upon to say. And after 3 days, he repents. And the whale spits him out, and he goes to Nineveh, and he tells the people that they're sinning, and he tells them why, and they listen, and they repent, and God decides to spare the city. That's your job. That's everyone's job. That's the job of a sovereign citizen. Every single one of you, your entire culture is predicated on the idea that you have intrinsic value and intrinsic responsibility, that your integrity is the foundation of the state. And that's no joke. That's not some casual statement. It means something very literal. Abdicate your civic responsibility and watch your society decay. And when you ask why, just remember, you were called upon to say something and you remain silent. Right? It's on you. Okay, so now you know what to be afraid of. It's like you could be afraid of losing your job. You could be afraid of being called out by the woke mob, or you could be afraid that the ship will sink and that you'll end up in hell, just like the Soviets did, just like the Maoists did, just like the Nazis did when they held their tongue when they should have said something. And if you don't think that could come your way, well, then why are you worried about the DEI people at John Deere? Okay, now having said that, and so harshly, I would say something else. You can't do this foolishly.
Yeah.
Right? When you're called upon to speak, you have to speak wisely. And you might not be in a position, there's no sense burning up your bridges with a, what would you say, with a casual outburst at work because you've been pushed too far. If you've decided that you're going to do something about this, if you've decided that it's something that needs your attention, then you have to give it your attention. You have to start to prepare for the battle or for the war even. And I don't mean the war that will be fought with guns, because we bloody well hope it won't come to that, although it often does. I mean the war that you'll have to undertake in order to set the society around you right. And I don't know what that'll mean for each of you individually. Ask yourself. Ask yourself. It's like, and I mean this literally, you know, they say you knock and the door will open. If you ask, you'll receive. And if you seek, you'll find. It's like, okay, you've got a problem. You know something's rotten. What should you do about it? Sit on your bed. Sit on the edge of your bed and ask yourself, you know, get your aim straight. I would like to do something about this. I would like to do it wisely and carefully and judiciously. I'd like to do it in a manner that doesn't expose myself and my family to undue careless risk. I'd like to find the right pathway forward. Is there anything that I could do, that I would do? You know, maybe it'll take you a month for the revelation to make itself manifest. Maybe I've talked to your wife. Maybe I've talked to your friends. You got to be wise as serpents, right? That's the injunction. This is no casual thing. But if it's bothering you, people say, how do I find the meaning in my life? What bothers you? That's your problem. That's God offering you an opportunity. That's so strange, you know, because maybe it will be that you'll be like Moses. Moses was thick of tongue. He couldn't speak well. And maybe you're in the same situation. You think, I don't have a political bone in my body. It's like, well, grow one. You know, and I'm dead serious. Like this problem that you're seeing could be the greatest opportunity of your life. Because in confronting it, you could turn yourself into what you are not yet. But that happens to people all the time. They find the adventure in their life in confronting the problems that beset them. Because you could ask yourself, here's a question for you. Why does it bother you anyways? Like, why can't you just ignore it? And if you can't ignore it, it's like, well, what is it that you can't ignore? Is that you? Or is that something reminding you of who you are? You know, and I mean this as practically as possible. If it was just you, well, then why can't you control it? We don't control our conscience. We can listen to it or not, but we certainly don't control it. It speaks to us. And I would say a wise man listens, or else. And I mean or else. I spent a lot of time studying the development of totalitarianism. Totalitarianism starts with lies. It starts with some lies, and then it's many lies. And then once it's total, everyone lies about absolutely everything. Yeah, everything right. They do, everything they imagine, everything they say, all the time, to themselves and everyone they love. And the grip of the lie, that's the totalitarian state. You think it's the dictator. It's like, no, everyone in the totalitarian state is their own dictator. So if you don't want that, don't do it.
I've got an answer for George.
And that doesn't mean to act unwisely.
Got an answer.
Right? There's no sense cutting off your arm so you can bleed on your opponent. right? And I mean this, like I help lots of people in my clinical practice stand up to bullies at work. Like you have to get your act together to do that. You got to make the decision. You got to talk to your wife. You got to talk to your kids. You got to talk to your family and your friends. You got to think, are we going to do something about this? Like, or can we nurture our little family and continue in the shadows?
Can we beat up
without
coworkers?
taking on this additional responsibility, or has push come to shove? And if you decide that you're in, it's like, okay, wake the hell up. Get your words in order. Get your forces around you. Muster up your friends. Figure out what you have to say.
Yeah.
And do it wisely and maturely and with forethought, right? What you'll find is that those who insist that you swallow the lie are weak. How can they not be? They're living on a lie. That's the definition of weak. Now, couldn't they make things hot for you for a time? Not as hot as they'll be made if you hold your tongue.
Yeah.
And that's for sure. So that's why you have to be afraid of the right thing. There's nothing you should be more afraid of than losing control of your tongue. That's the divine word that produces the cosmos that's good. And you're made in that image. You lose that, you're done. So nothing that earthly authorities can do to you has that cataclysmic consequence. Maybe you have to prepare to find another job. Who knows what that would mean? Maybe you have to get your resume in order. Maybe it's time for you to make a move anyways. Who knows, right? Fortify your walls and gird your loins and don't swallow the lie, folks.
And wash your penis.
That's a very bad idea. That's every time you lie by omission or commission, you move the world closer to hell. And we can produce quite the hell now with the tools we have. So if that's what you want for your kids, then remain silent when you're called upon to speak.
Okay, I got an answer. I've got an answer. What bothers me most? It is the phenomenon of platform decay, also known as enshittification. Our goods, our services, our people are becoming enshittified, or their abilities and their qualities are decaying. And I'm talking about not just websites that are getting rid of quick and efficient features that they had a year ago and are no longer there. We're also talking about the materials, like say a set of tires you just bought. They're made with substandard rubbers and mixtures and things like that.
Oh yeah, Madeline's car just fucking had another flat on tires that are under warranty. Like,
right? How did that happen?
They took it to Toyota.
Probably dry
and they literally put the wrong size tire on to replace.
Incompetence. That's the thing. That's the problem.
Pissed. He was like, "How did?" He's like, "I can visually see that one smell. Like, what are you guys doing?"
Right. It is a substandard
Toyota
good.
dealership.
No matter how much money you have, you're paying now for substandard goods, inefficient services. Forget customer service; they're worthless. Forget even actual physical trades. Substandard mechanics, substandard plumbers, substandard electricians.
Yeah.
This is platform decay. Okay. Platform is not just online. It is entire industries that are no longer they're no longer solvent. They're no longer usable because of DEI, because of incompetence, because of McNamara's folly, by hiring people with an IQ of 80, by hiring morons, by hiring imbeciles, and even a couple of idiots they might try to squeeze in. Like people who are so fucking retarded they can't walk. Mm-hmm. They got to have a chance too for some reason. And that is what bothers me. that would be something that I would have to sit on the edge of my bed and think, what can I do about this?
Mm.
It's a big fight because it's everywhere, and
Yeah.
you're gonna notice it, not just like what Madeline went through, okay, and not what your son went through, in the incompetence that you have to deal with at your job, which ultimately all Americans have to deal with.
All of them.
Yeah, because your job's part of our Constitution. This enshittification has to be reversed before it's too late.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier in our chat, we are coming up with a generation that can't read now.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to depend on them for healthcare and plumbing and electricity and
Right.
the structure of your home and, yeah, the websites and everything like that. Yeah,
By the way,
platform decay.
hello, Fiona. Good to see you.
Hi, Fiona.
Good
Hi,
to
Doctor.
see you.
Yeah.
Okay, Mescaline Dreamer says, very
There's-
seldom can you do anything against a psychopath at where you work. These people work enough to not get fired and gossip, and they manipulate the higher ups. I currently have one that's gone all the way to the fucking national level. So I can't wait to meet the people at the national level because they already
Would you
know
call
about me.
this- Would you call this person a psychopath?
It needs a crazy bitch cocktail. A male feminist.
Okay.
They're all
Yeah,
all
male
the
feminists.
things.
Yeah, they're the worst. Yeah,
Maybe.
men who have a hard time sitting down. Yes, I know what you mean.
Men
Oh,
that have a hard
that
time
hurts.
taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Very toxically female, his nature. So.
That sounds like it from what you were telling me. And when he does try to confront you mano a mano like he ought to, he's all coy and traipsy about it, very fey.
Yes, just like the black woman that cheated on her husband with him and bragged about having herself a white man side piece.
Yeah.
The one that keeps confronting me about my racism. Yeah. Nope. I should just point at her. See if she gets the meme.
Yeah, everybody does by now.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, anyway, I think we got some headway on here, especially with your job. And
I hope Jordan
Peterson,
doesn't strike my channel for sharing his message because there's a lot of people in my community that watch my channel. So I have been sending his link all over the place. And
I'll have to talk to you later about platform decay and what we can do or what I can do about it.
Yeah, so that's what bothers you the most?
That's my big bother, yeah, because finally all the DEI and the mollycoddling that, we thought was annoying in the Marvel movies or whatever 10 years ago is now filtering in 2026, 10 years later, into all facets of our lives, becoming pervasive. And it's ultimately dangerous. I could have wheels that fly off my car. I could have an electrical fire. I could have a busted water pipe at 3 a.m., of course. You know what I mean? Because people have become so goddamn stupid and so incompetent. Not dyslexic, where they have a hard time learning how to read, but alexic, where they're unable to learn how to read. They're so like, hello, spaghetti. They're that goddamn dumb that you can't teach them.
Yeah.
And they're being shuttled truck by bus into our goods, products, and services. This is dangerous, Mandy. Real fucking dangerous for all of us.
Yeah.
And not only does it cut into our economy as a worker, as an employee who doesn't even get the interview, in favor of these morons, but the goods and services that they produce are unusable. Not substandard, but useless.
Mm.
Every box you open up, imagine being plastic doggy doo. You buy a computer, plastic doggy doo. You buy a TV, plastic doggy doo. You buy medicine that you really,
Yeah.
really need, and plastic doggy doo slides out of the pill bottle.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in shitification.
Shitification. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Cam has a hard time buying anything new. Like he's been
Yeah.
looking at vehicles and he's
Yeah.
like, I
No.
can't. Like
No. Too risky. Too risky.
Yeah, and so expensive. We were behind a Chevy the other day and he's like, Mom, look at that. That's a $80,000 truck for no good reason.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Wow.
it's like the version of his truck, but now.
But now, yeah, the
Yeah.
shitified version.
Yeah, the enshittified version.
Hey, Cameron, how would you like to have your truck, but newer and shittier?
Right.
Right. Who at the top is making these decisions to hiring, Bufus the butt fucker? Who is doing this? And that's
Based
what's
on an
happening.
agenda. I found out today I got 2 new ones to
sort out, right?
add to my list. So.
Yeah, okay. Let's call this a night, Mandy.
Okay, Johnny, thank you.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming in. Even though I am probably the lowest watched guest on this show.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I want you guys to have a great night. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye, Tom.